The Shadows of Grimwood. Written by Ethan Blackwood and narrated by Benjamin Wilson. In the small, secluded town of Grimwood, nestled in the heart of a dense forest, dread clung to the shadows like a shroud. The locals whispered of dark and terrifying secrets, and only the bravest dared to venture out at night. For them, the darkness had substance, and it seemed to breathe, waiting to claim those who would stray too far from the safety of the dimly lit streets. One such man was Thomas Aldridge, the local mortician, a man of somber disposition and gaunt features. His insatiable curiosity about the macabre had led him to explore the cemetery on moonless nights, hoping to uncover the secrets that the town's inhabitants guarded so closely. In his years of tending to the dead, he had seen enough to believe that there was more to life than the mundane existence of a small-town mortician. "Thomas, be cautious when you wander in the woods at night," warned Old Man Jenkins, the town's unofficial historian and sage, as they shared a pint at the local tavern one evening. "There's a dark hunger lurking out there, something that can't be satisfied." "You're always telling these stories, Jenkins," Thomas replied, drawing closer to the older man to hear him better. "A hunger. What could be so terrible that it has everyone on edge?" Jenkins leaned in closer, lowering his voice. "The stories tell of a creature that steals the souls of the dead and consumes the essence of their lives," he said, his eyes darting around the dimly lit room. "And if you cross its path, there's no escape." Thomas's laughter was tinged with doubt. "You're a superstitious old man, Jenkins. Surely it's just tales to keep children in their beds at night." But as he left the tavern that night, Thomas couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching him. The wind rustled the leaves above, casting eerie shadows on the ground that seemed to follow him. He quickened his pace, and as the cemetery loomed ahead, his curiosity piqued. A sense of foreboding crept into his thoughts, and he decided to pay a visit to the town's library the following day. As the moon's pale light filtered through the clouds, Thomas made a promise to himself and the town of Grimwood. He would uncover the truth about the mysterious creature that haunted their lives and lay their fears to rest once and for all. Over the course of several weeks, Thomas delved into the annals of the library, poring over ancient tomes and crumbling manuscripts. He began to piece together the fragments of a chilling tale that spoke of a creature born from darkness, one that had terrorized the town of Grimwood for centuries. The more he read, the more he began to understand the origins and motivations behind the creature's actions. As the weeks turned to months, the town's inhabitants grew increasingly restless, as whispers of missing people and strange occurrences spread like wildfire. Thomas, consumed by his research, knew that the darkness he sought would not relent, and his resolve to unveil the truth only intensified. It was during one fateful visit to the library that Thomas encountered a figure who would change the course of history for Grimwood, a slender, enigmatic woman clad in a gray cloak. As their eyes met, Thomas was captivated by the depths of her pitch-black irises, which seemed to whisper promises of secrets long buried and forgotten. Little did Thomas know that this meeting would set him on a path fraught with danger and unimaginable terror, forcing him to confront the very darkness he sought to banish. And as the shadows grew ever darker, the people of Grimwood would soon learn that the truth can be a double-edged sword, capable of cutting through the darkness, but also unleashing horrors beyond their wildest nightmares. The enigmatic woman introduced herself as Lenore, a name that seemed to hold as much mystery as the woman herself. As they conversed in quiet whispers among the towering bookshelves, Thomas couldn't help but feel drawn to her, a sense of dread mingling with fascination as he listened to her words. "I've heard the whispers, Thomas. The fear that grips this town," Lenore said, her voice a haunting melody. "I've wandered these lands for many years, searching for answers to the mysteries of life and death, and I have found them here in this cursed town." Lenore's eyes seemed to pierce the veil of time itself, hinting at a knowledge far beyond Thomas's comprehension. As he listened, he began to understand that she had been seeking the very same truth he now pursued, the secret of the creature that haunted Grimwood. "I can help you, Thomas," Lenore continued. "Together we can unveil the truth about this creature and save your town from the darkness that threatens to consume it. Intrigued by Lenore's knowledge and the prospect of her assistance, Thomas agreed to work with her. Over the weeks that followed, their partnership deepened, and they painstakingly combed through the library's vast collection, searching for clues that could help them understand the creature and determine how to stop it. As they worked tirelessly day and night, they discovered an ancient ritual believed to have once bound the creature, preventing it from causing harm. However, the ritual was ensconced in riddles and cryptic language, and they knew they would need to decipher it before they could attempt to perform it. Their partnership grew stronger as the town of Grimwood continued to spiral into fear and chaos, with each passing day bringing new tales of missing people and strange occurrences. Thomas and Lenore had come to rely on each other not only for their shared knowledge and expertise, but also for the emotional support they provided one another in the face of the overwhelming darkness. Finally, after weeks of study and deciphering, Thomas and Lenore believed they had uncovered the key to stopping the creature. The ritual they discovered would require a great sacrifice, but it was a price they were willing to pay to save the town from the malevolent force that threatened to consume it. As the night of the ritual approached, Thomas and Lenore prepared themselves for the battle that lay ahead. They knew that their chances of success were slim and that they might not survive the night. But for the people of Grimwood, they were willing to risk everything. As they stood in the cemetery beneath the light of a full moon, the shadows seemed to come alive around them, shifting and growing darker with each passing moment. They could feel the presence of the creature, its hunger and its malice bearing down upon them like a crushing weight. With a determined nod, Thomas and Lenore began the ritual, their voices joining together in a haunting chant that echoed through the night. As the power of the ritual surged around them, they felt the darkness draw closer, as if sensing its impending doom. And as the battle between light and darkness commenced, the fate of Grimwood hung in the balance. The creature, its form shifting and writhing as if mocking their futile attempts to bind it, lunged at them with a deafening roar. Thomas and Lenore fought back, channeling the energy of the ritual into a barrier of light that repelled the creature's advances. The shadows lashed out at them, desperate to break their resolve. But Thomas and Lenore remained steadfast, their unwavering courage pushing back against the darkness. Slowly the creature began to weaken, its form growing less substantial with each passing moment. Sensing the opportunity to strike, Thomas and Lenore focused the remaining energy of the ritual into a single devastating blow against the creature. As the force collided with the monster, a brilliant light erupted from within it, banishing the darkness and obliterating the creature once and for all. As the final notes of the chant faded into the night, Thomas and Lenore collapsed, their life forces nearly spent from the ordeal. In their final moments, they shared a gaze of understanding and gratitude, silently acknowledging the bond they had formed and the sacrifice they had made together. The town of Grimwood awoke to a new day, the terror that had once gripped their lives now all but a distant memory. The people gathered to honor the courage and sacrifice of Thomas and Lenore, their stories immortalized in the annals of the town's history. In the years that followed, the townspeople slowly rebuilt their lives, the once oppressive shadows receding and giving way to hope and unity. The memory of Thomas and Lenore's bravery served as a constant reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a chance to find the light. The mystery surrounding Lenore's true nature persisted, leaving the people of Grimwood to speculate about her origins and motives. Was she a guardian angel sent to guide Thomas, or did she have a more sinister agenda? Regardless of the truth, her memory lingered in the town as a haunting reminder of the darkness they had faced and defeated. With each passing generation, the legend of Thomas Aldridge and Lenore remained ingrained in the fabric of Grimwood. Their tale of courage and sacrifice, a testament to the power of hope and the indomitable human spirit. And though the shadows in the forest around Grimwood would always hold a lingering sense of unease, the people took comfort in the knowledge that their town had been saved by those who were willing to face the darkness and emerge victorious. And so life continued, in the small, secluded town of Grimwood, forever changed by the events that had transpired. The memory of Thomas and Lenore lived on, a testament to the power of hope in the indomitable human spirit. And as the people looked to the future, they did so with the knowledge that even in the face of unimaginable darkness, there was always a chance to find the light.